a whole new level. Sit up, put your feet on the floor, because we have work to do. Welcome to the grind. Welcome to Cappers Nation, your weekly all things sports betting show. Tune in live every Thursday at 8 p.m. and Saturday and Sunday at 9 a.m. Eastern. Let us make you a more successful sports bettor.
Good morning, everybody. Cappers Nation Live, Sunday, the 18th of October. I don't know if we're ready to rock. I don't know if we're ready to roll. I think I want to go and hide under a rock after a miserable and disaster of a game day Saturday. Hot diggity dog. They got us yesterday. Don't mind me. They got us yesterday. The books got us yesterday. Does it suck? It does. It does. It definitely sucks. Not only losing, but losing huge. It's one of them days. I think they make a couple country songs after yesterday. Good morning, everybody. Ready for a monster day today. Let me tell you, there's nobody that wants it for us, for you, for me, more than me. Brad, good morning. Full recap coming your way courtesy of Brad in Australia. Says, good morning, Kyle. I hope people will... I hope people will complain about yesterday's plays. I hope they don't. But I mean, I get it. I understand. About yesterday's plays with Guaranteed Saturday, the Max fight, both losing. We'll bounce back. Shit happens. The books beat us yesterday. The books did beat us yesterday. Nothing we can do about that. Guaranteed Saturday, shoulda, coulda, woulda. I'd take the same play all over again, twice on Saturday, if I had the opportunity. That one not cashing, unfortunately, didn't go our way. And to be honest, I don't know what we could have done for that one. We'll go do a full recap here in a little bit. Tiny's new and used home. Greg, what's going on, my brother? Ty, Mr. Bayer, Mr. O'Neill, Stat Guap in the house. Says, Stat Guap, I love you, brother. Says, morning, it's okay, new day. Rewind. I was upset for a little, but I bought another package Sunday, let's get it. An ear, Kyle, I'm still with you. Let's get it today, my brother. I appreciate that. I appreciate the support, Stat Guap. Yesterday was definitely a bad day. And it's okay to be upset about it. You can't take it out on your spouses, your children. We can take it out on your bookmaker, and we definitely will. I appreciate that. I'm still a little upset. If I'm upset, you guys could definitely be upset. Nego, what's going on, Nick? Tar Heel Tim in the house. Terrell, what's going on? Ruben, good morning. World Ranked, good morning. Mike Brown, good morning. NBA Real Tape, good morning. Anthony, good morning. Jalen, a.k.a. 152 Flu, good morning. Mr. Tom Weiner, infamous Weiner, good morning. Mike Scott, good morning. Mike Scott says bounce backs are good, but bet responsibly. No doubt about it. It don't matter if you're betting yesterday or betting today. You should always be betting responsibly. Brian, good morning. Just getting through some of these comments. Mr. Foster, good morning. Absolutely, Tom. We definitely respond well when having a bad day. NBA Real Tape says it's a bit frustrating, but it is what it is. We pick right ones, we pick wrong ones, let me tell you. We pick right, we pick wrong. You're in a lose-lose when you're on my side, that's for sure. Because not only do I lose the games, but I get to hear about it from you guys. You guys blow up my phone at 3 o'clock in the morning, tell me about how fucking bad we suck or how bad I suck. Or to the one douchebag who says we fucked over him and his family because Guaranteed Saturday lost. But yet then you turn around and you buy a package an hour later. Tom, the guy that I was telling you about yesterday with that nasty email. Can you believe that? We sucked so bad. We fucked him over so bad. He went and bought another package. Ty, good morning. Curtis, good morning. Definitely a good day to kick some ass. My ass hurts from yesterday. I got kicked around yesterday. Bobby, good morning. Absolutely. I've already dusted myself off. Now, I might gripe about yesterday a little bit. I might vent about yesterday a little bit. But, hey, I'm already ready to rock, ready to roll. First of all, if you're on premium plays, they're on the website. If you're on the Sunday NFL Guaranteed Play, which we happen to be 5-0 on the year, and I'm making it 6 after today, that is already on the website. That was posted first thing this morning. My personal plays are not out yet. My personal plays will be out immediately following the live show. They'll be being sent out immediately following the live show. So if you're on my personal plays and you did not get them yet, that's fine. They haven't been sent out. Joe, what's going on? Says, here comes the man with the plan to put you back on the plus side. Morning, Kyle and Cap Nation. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. Ja'Cory Royale, what's going on? Good morning. Perfect rotation. Good morning. Stat Guap, good morning. I already said Stat Guap. I might double good morning people here this morning. Gennaro, good morning. What did you miss? Nothing. Nothing today, sir. Christy Thornton, good morning. I have a feeling that's a gentleman using his wife's account. G. Williams, what's going on? Glad you had big bucks yesterday. Love to hear somebody winning yesterday. Mauricio, good morning. It's going to be a great Sunday. Sundays are usually great days. Jalen, you know how mad you got to be to curse someone out through email, right? Right? I mean, I get it. Games lose. But I know one thing is for certain. Actually, I'm going to hold this comment. We'll go over that, Jalen, here in just a minute. Let me say my good mornings first. Shane, good morning. Mr. Pitts, good morning. Amber Rose, good morning. Dennis, good morning. Fresh Kabar. Time for a Looney Tunes Space Jam comeback. Coming right up, my brother. Coming right up. World Rank says at least Guaranteed Saturday was a -110, -120 play at least respect. You know, it don't matter what the juice is to me. As long as the fucker wins, and if it don't win, you know, that's when it matters. Brian, they will bounce back. They will bounce back, that's for sure. NBA Real Tape, did somebody really lash out on you over email? More than one. More than one, let me tell you. Antoine says, good morning. Yesterday was ugly. Yesterday was ugly. That it was. LT, good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. LT, the big Sunday play will actually be in your account here in just a minute. Mr. Brewer, thank you for jumping on board the big Sunday play. G. Williams, you might be correct there, right? They've actually had some games they should have won, that's for sure, this year. So, anyways, you know, we can address the elephant in the room. And no, it's not my fat ass, although we could address this guy too. To go back up just a little bit and address one of the comments. Jalen says, you know how mad you got to be to curse somebody out through email? Somebody asking, did somebody really curse me out by email? You know, it happens more times than you realize. It happens with free plays. It happens premium plays, my personal plays. Mike says, nothing like a big-ass cup of coffee to start your day. Well, this is number 2. This is what kind of morning it is for me. This is number 2, and each one's got a double shot of espresso in it. And then we're moving on to the Monster. We got to move on to the Monster, the full one, not the sugar-free. We need the full one this morning. Came in late night last night, back into the office. I was with my wife, my little one, yesterday. Decided to leave my phone on the charger, play with the little one, hang out, do the family thing yesterday, rather than be so wrapped up in social media, which is probably a good thing because the way the games were rolling, I probably wouldn't have been a happy camper. But you can always tell when it's a late night in the office because I got a sweet tooth and they got all this Halloween candy here. But you know what? They really need to step up their games because I really don't like Tootsie Rolls. But I got a desk full of candy. So yesterday, we'll go over the full recap of what we did and didn't do as far as yesterday goes. Okay? Jalen, I love caffeine. No, I actually don't, but I need it this morning. I am absolutely dragging ass this morning. And if I didn't need it, trust me, I wouldn't. Because after this little jolt, it'll be the shakes in a couple of hours, the little caffeine shakes. Tar Heel Tim says, jump on the Sunday play. Let's get this money. Absolutely. So, yesterday, and, you know, I'm starting to catch a little... I'm starting to catch on to a little pattern here. So, the Vibe Interactive Free Play Board, every time this fucker shuts down, we have a bad day. Every time it shuts down, we have a bad day. Time it resets on me, we have a bad day. So that was yesterday's free plays up there. We did hit the Marshall. Thank you, Lord. But let's get this crap off of there. Because I want nothing to do with the 17th of October. All right, we got to get this the 18th. There we go. All right, see, I'm refreshed. It's a brand new day. It's a brand new day. But I'm starting to notice a pattern every time the free play board does a reset or a reboot or wipes out sort of the plays. But anyways, daily free plays yesterday. Soccer came out great. We had that first goal. They fell flat. They fell flat on us. Marshall, Louisiana Tech, over 48. Took them a while, but we cashed. Better late than never. Antoine says, I bought both guaranteed picks yesterday and bought the guaranteed Sunday too. When do you get your free pick? Well, you get a replacement for what you bought. So if you bought guaranteed Saturday, you get the next guaranteed Saturday for free. They don't just transfer it over to a Sunday play. That would create such an accounting nightmare to go in to recredit people from Saturday to Sunday. and or Sunday to Saturday, whatever, because they're all different prices, different packages. So whatever package you buy, that's what you'll get. Unfortunately, like with Saturday plays, you'll get the next Saturday, which, luckily you get the makeup, but it'll be the next guaranteed Saturday play or the next max fight pick. Jay, good morning. Give me 1 second. I mean, if it was up to me, I would. If it was up to me, I would allow people to go from guaranteed Saturday to the Sunday play so you guys didn't have to wait. But unfortunately, it's one thing that they don't do. They did that once. We did that once or twice a couple years ago, and it was an absolute disaster on the accounting side because you don't know who got it, who did, who didn't. And so then they completely eliminated that one because we were doing that one courtesy of me a while ago. And created a nightmare for them. All right, so back to the recap. Guaranteed Saturday, Duke, NC State, over 58. I check. I look at the score. Like 9 minutes left in the first. We're up 7-0. We got 7 points on the board. I think it was Duke getting ready to score, or NC State, because I really wasn't watching. I had it on one of the TVs, but I really wasn't watching. I was playing with the little one. We were having a tea party yesterday, let me tell you. And next thing you know, turnover in the red zone, going in to score. I don't know in that game how many times I would look and I would see turnover in the red zone, turnover here, goal line stand. So many chances and so many opportunities to punch it in for points. That, I mean, even at the end of the game, they still had a chance. If Duke could have came down and tied it up somehow or got a touchdown, we would have at least had a fighting chance. Unfortunately, it didn't work out in our favor, and we did drop one. Unfortunately, that happens. We're not going to go 100%. To the douchebags that sent me those nasty emails and the nasty texts, you know who you are. G. Williams says, man, it was so many goal line stands. I think I saw 2, and I wasn't even watching the game. I'd see it in the corner of my eye thinking we're getting ready to get 7. Or get 6 out of it anyways. Watch out of the corner of my eye. I'd see nothing. Okay? Time after time after time again. It's one of those nights. So we dropped the Duke and NC State game. No need to dwell on it now. I mean, we can't change it. But again, to the people that need a reminder, somebody sent an email, and I'm not going to say who it is because he was in here yesterday. You know who you are. And you should be a solid stand-up individual and send that apology sooner than later. Part of one message, so which I don't mind. I don't mind the hate. I think it's funny sometimes. I mean, it sucks. So there's nothing funny about losing, but you got to brush off the. This is one of the kind messages. You fucked me and my family out of $8,000. Thanks. How can you guarantee something and not have it win? So let me address one section because I know he's watching. And I'm not going to name him because I have enough respect for our clients to not out somebody like that because that'd be a dickhead move. Kind of like sending the email. First of all, Nothing in this world is guaranteed other than one day your time on this beautiful earth will expire. Brad, I wouldn't say 8K on a game as an idiot. I lost well over 8K on the game. I had a lot of money on the game. But one day our time on this beautiful earth will expire. The government will ask you to pay taxes. If you pay them, is up to you. And 3-hour guarantee policy that if we don't win, we will take care of you and we'll give you the next one. If you think games are guaranteed, then we wouldn't have a reason to have our guarantee policy. So I want to reiterate this because we do have our Sunday NFL guaranteed play, which comes with our guarantee policy. If we don't win, we will take care of you and we will give you the next one free. There is nothing guaranteed other than the 3 things that we discussed. If you think you're getting a fixed game that can't lose, I want you to know in my time, I have bet on a couple games that were supposedly rigged. But I want you to know, people paid royally for those, and they weren't sold, not to clients. And I want you to know, I lost on one of them. We once got a hot tip that, I can't go into the story, but put it this way, that one of the games was guaranteed. I put 50K on it. It lost. No joke, it lost. That should be an eye-opener to everybody right there. If you think you're betting on a guaranteed game that's fixed, it's bullshit. You're not. And if you were, I assure you, and I promise you, you wouldn't be spending just $150 on it. That's for sure. That is for sure. So remember, when you're betting, always bet responsibly. Always bet within your means. And don't do anything that would screw you or your family. If that means that you shouldn't be betting, maybe you should take some time off. I hear you, Brad. You know, I get it, the game lost. We picked it. We put our confidence in it. But I promise you one thing. I wasn't on the field because if I was, my fat ass would have got in the end zone every time we needed it on the goal line. Somehow. You know, and again, putting that out there just because it says NFL Sunday Guarantee. If you think it's your Mega Millions ticket and your Holy Grail and saving grace, you might want to go to church or watch Cappers Nation live. Because we're not going to go 100%. That's why we have our guarantee. Christy, there's people that great bettors win much more than 55% of the time. But yeah, 55% is a good number. Joe person probably didn't have, proper money management. The best part is we must not have screwed him over that bad because he's on the Sunday play. Corey says, quoting me. That's the quote of the day. My fat ass would have got in the end zone. Damn straight. Thank you, Harold. I appreciate that. NBA Real Tape, the foot's healed good enough. The foot's good enough. So, I dumped a lot of money yesterday. Not just that, premium plays. Dude, it's not very often we put up a goose egg. It's really not, all right? It's really not. It didn't matter what we touched yesterday. Losing was contagious. That's the only way I can describe yesterday. losing was contagious. It fell over from the premium plays to me to FC and the UFC. He got his ass kicked. We dropped the free play on Kentucky and Tennessee over 45. Did they even score anything in the first quarter? I forgot. I'm assuming you subscribed, Charles? If so, I appreciate it. The Kentucky and Tennessee over. I don't even think, if I remember, I don't even think they scored in the first quarter. Or very close to it anyways. You know, and we still had a fighting chance. They had a slow start. We got to 41 points, unfortunately. And how many times did we see a turnover there? Right, LT? Makes you wonder. They had nothing in the first quarter. They put up 24 points in the second quarter. So before half, we're going in there 24 points. We only need 3 touchdowns. 3 touchdowns for a push. 3 touchdowns and an extra point somewhere along the way, and we get a win. Tennessee can't get one flipping point in the second half. Not one. Plenty of opportunities. Plenty of opportunities in that game. I expected a lot of turnovers. We got a lot of turnovers. And unfortunately, the 5 turnovers that we did get didn't help us any. Peter, good morning. Mr. Wynn, good morning. Joseph Browning, good morning. But one thing that is true, we will bounce back stronger than we were yesterday. That's a fact. That is a fact. Ole Miss. Ole Miss don't come to play. Those West Coast Pac-12 coaches getting their butts kicked in the SEC. That's for sure. Texas A&M, Mississippi State. First quarter over. First quarter over 10.5, excuse me. These teams put up nothing in the first quarter. And then within 1 minute and 30 seconds of each other in the second quarter, in the beginning of the second quarter, Texas A&M is able to put up 2 rushing touchdowns in 1:30. All within 1:30 of the second half, or second quarter, excuse me. Charles definitely wasn't the score we expected. That's for sure. Braves plus 1.5. We got close, but no cigar. We got close, but no cigar. Ended up losing, yesterday? 3-1? Oh, that first inning. Justin Turner homer, the Seager homer. Bellinger singles to score Muncie. That first inning killed us. That first inning killed us. Lucky will Atlanta Braves go ahead and put you out of the Georgia sports misery today. You know, it's probably likely that they do. Although Ian Anderson's on the mound for him, I haven't seen a Dodger starter just yet. I haven't seen the Dodger starter just yet. Charles says, I feel the same about my Auburn Tigers. And that's the next one we're going to talk about. I was on Auburn. Oh, my Lord. Come on, Auburn. Michael, no, personal plays are not out yet. As soon as we get off the live show, they will be out. So in about an hour and 15 minutes. Definitely be a good Game 7. That's for sure. You know, as a fan of the sport, you can't ask for much more than 2 Game 7s. Texas A&M, haha, we won one. We won one. Texas A&M getting the job done for us. Marshall, Louisiana Tech, I rolled with the first quarter over. I rolled with the first quarter over yesterday in that one. We hit the free play in the end, but it was a slow starter. And it didn't matter that it was 10 or 10 and a half. It still ended up, Alex, where's the barbershop? I know. It was a rough day yesterday. Virginia Tech, that game started out as a disaster for the over. We ended up getting a 54, but they had three whopping first quarter points. We missed the over by 10 points. They ended up with 3 first quarter points. 13 in the fourth as well. You know, shoulda, coulda, woulda. We were like a score away from so many different plays yesterday. We just didn't get it. Just didn't land in our court. The ball didn't land in our court yesterday, unfortunately. So we got to take yesterday's recap. I'm going to file it far, far, far away because it sucked. And we're going to move on. So I don't know about you guys, but I'm ready to move on. I'm ready to stop dwelling on yesterday because I'm pissed off about it, as you can tell. So fire up. Anytime. It don't matter if I lose $5 or $15K or $20K or 23-4 to be specific. I get pissed off. Cheers, Alex. I know you're drinking out of your mug. Now, not only are we going to crack open the Monster, guys, we're going big today. Normally, I've been drinking the sugar-free Monster. This candy is looking really enticing that's on my desk. Hold on. That sound right there is like pure joy. At 6:47 in the morning, when you're needing a jolt and a pick-me-upper, and there's no Bloody Marys around, that sound right there, that pop, that's like, reinforcements are coming. Now, Mr. Brackens, good morning, sir. Coffee is done. We moved on to Monster. And I'm ready to kick some bookmaker ass today. That's exactly what we're going to do. Exactly what we're going to do. So without further ado, let's jump into today because we got a lot of work to do. We have a lot of work to do. We're going to take a look at a lot of things from a lot of different angles. And again, if you guys ever want to vent constructive criticism, I'm always here to listen. I get it. I'm a gambler too. I bet on sports. So I know your pain. I know your pain of going too big at times, too little, losing, not losing. So anytime you guys want to vent, I'm always here. Matt, thank you. Thank you for jumping on board the Big Sunday Play. Samuel as well, thank you. Mr. Brewer, Mr. Blair, Stakwa, Antoine, Ty, Tim Craig, Arthur, Mr. Shuthatar, Hector Zhang. Thank you, sir, for taking advantage of the buy 1 year premium plays. Get a year free. I know you've been on the year package before. So every time somebody takes advantage of a big deal like that, I mean, I like it. I like it when you do. I know you were on the Black Friday deal. And Matter of fact, taking a look. Oh, Black Friday, you had the year of guaranteed Saturdays and my game of the weeks. But glad to have you on board as well. And remember, folks, the premium play 1-year packages are all doubled. Mr. Yang, thank you for jumping on board the big Sunday play. If you're not on it, we're 5-0 on the year. And we don't plan on stopping today. I know you're new to our website, Mr. Yang, so any questions, feel free to shoot us an email, cd@cappersdirect.com. Real Champ, are we doing Black Friday this year? I'm sure we do Black Friday every year. I don't know how good the deals are just yet, but I'll be honest, they're never better than a double up. They're never better than a double up. While they are very, very, very good, they're never better than a double up. Lucky says he teased the 2 free plays yesterday. Smart man. Mr. Pitts, good morning. And again, if you guys are on my personal plays, I have not sent them out yet. I've had a couple text messages come across. I have not sent out my personal plays. Randy, just want to know what you think about BetOnline will be available for wagers. I have no idea. I have been in contact with them, and I know as much as you do. As far as how long it takes them to rebuild their server, that I have no idea about. I will be honest with you guys. If they were up yesterday, I probably would have lost another $15K. It probably would have been close to a $40K losing day yesterday. But for everyone that doesn't know, BetOnline has issued a couple statements that they have made a significant headway in rebuilding. What happens is, and for people that don't know, they were under a DDoS attack. That doesn't affect your personal information. If you deposited by card or whatever, doesn't affect any of that. None of that is at risk. What they do is they take, like when they send out all those Trojan horses and the malware and your computer gets infected. They basically take over servers around the world. And they send as much traffic, massive amounts of traffic, more traffic than your website can handle. And they have it nonstop to your website. And it locks up your website. And they hold it ransom. They basically say, pay us, and we'll stop. And we'll leave you alone. And the amounts are usually pretty big. What they were asked for this time, I don't know. Remember, I don't work for BetOnline. They sponsor the show, and that's about it. But they have issued, and I know what you guys know. But I have received a couple updates because they do sponsor the show. But they did issue a couple public statements. All player balances and funds are 100% safe and secure, as we already knew. All pending wagers, if you have any pending wagers, are still valid. Winners will be graded as winners. Losers will be graded as losers. They're rapidly working on an overall solution and hope to have one for you ASAP. And again, they express their thank you for your patience. Now, in order to rebuild a server, it could, depending on what it takes for them to do, it could take days, it could take hours. I don't know. All I know is I've got 29,000 sitting in there, and I probably would have lost a big chunk of it yesterday. So as far as when it'll be up, I hope soon. I hope soon. Nico has so many goal line stands. Daniel, I don't have that sitting in front of me, not on these computers, but I do on another one. We've got the full record. I'd have to update it for the week. But, just depends on what you're wanting. Lifetime, 1 week, 1 month. All of that. But again, I can assure you it's a winning record, or people wouldn't keep signing up for year after year after year after year after year after year. All right, so I don't know about you guys, but I'm ready for some breakdowns. My ass is ready for some breakdowns. Yesterday sucked. It's in the books. We get to talk about today now. We get to talk about today now. And I'm ready for it. Just logging in. That way we can get live odds. We can get all of that good stuff up and running. And we're going to break down everything. Try and find every angle that we can. We're going to try and touch most of the games. As many as we can anyways. Brad, I will definitely do that game. But first, as promised from our daily free play video, the Rams and the 49ers I will do first. And then we'll go from there. But yeah, we will touch that game. I'm going to try and get them all. I don't think I'll be able to get them all in the next hour and 10 minutes-ish. But we're going to try. We're definitely going to try. Remember, instant access to the Big Sunday NFL Guaranteed Play. $50, guaranteed to win. You get the next one free. LT, good morning. It was definitely an ugly day yesterday. Saturday was an ugly day. All right, guys, game 273, 274. Rams, 49ers. 49ers 2-3 again, or 2-3 straight up. 2-3 against the spread, 3-2 to the over. Then you got the Rams 4-1 straight up, 3-2 against the spread, 2-3 to the over. Of course, I had to lose my spot. There we go. Rams coming off 2 straight wins. Not only beating the football team 30-10, but they also beat the Giants 17-9. Before that, they had a loss against Buffalo with 2 wins to open up the season against the Eagles and Dallas. 49ers losing 2 straight. Jimmy G looking like dog shit. Last week, losing to Miami, getting spanked by Miami 43-17. Losing to the Eagles 25-20 the week before that. They do have 2 wins on the season. That's against the likes of the Jets and the Giants, with their other loss coming against the Cardinals. If you have a schedule against, and you were in the Super Bowl last year, and you had your first 5 games against the Cardinals, the Jets, the Giants, the Eagles, and the Dolphins, you should be 5-0. And here they are, 2-3, next to be the new dumpster fire on the list. Road teams are 4-1 against the spread in this series. Taking a look at the odds, taking a look at where everything is at. First of all, Rams are laying 2.5, but it's minus $1.20, depending on where you're betting. Rams 2.5, 49ers plus 2.5 at even money. Total on this one sitting at 51.5. Individual team totals have the Rams at 27, the 49ers at 24. The money line is minus $1.40. If you have to lay $1.20 to get it at 2.5, you might as well just take the money line. Which, incidentally enough, is one of our free plays of the day. Real Champ says, upset Broncos beating the Patriots. I wouldn't go that far. Now, when you start diving into this, first of all, Rams 13-2 against the spread, their last 15 games on the road versus an opponent after a blowout, straight-up loss of 20 points or more. Rams averaging 27.2 points per game, 49ers 24.8, with most of those coming in the first 3 weeks of the NFL. Rams averaging 140 points on the ground, 34 yards per carry, 34 carries a game, 4.1 yards per carry on average. They're averaging 264 in the air at 8.7 yards per passing attempt. The 49ers, who are averaging just under 25 points a game, averaging 129 on the ground, 5 yards per carry, as well as 235 in the air. When it comes to the defensive side of things, very similar numbers when it comes to defending the run. One team giving up 106, the other team giving up 107. The low side going to the Rams. Rams giving up just 18 points a game, give up 198 in the air. They're holding opponents to 5.5 yards per passing attempt. The Rams' pass defense has been playing exceptionally well through 5 weeks. They're giving up just 18 points a game, whereas the 49ers on average giving up 22.3 points per game. They give up very similar numbers on the run defense, 107 yards a game on average and 216 in the air. The Rams are even Steven when it comes to turnovers. The 49ers are -2. The Niners 13-2 to the under at home against big play passing teams, averaging more than 7.5 yards per passing attempt. These two teams did face off last year, with the 49ers besting the Rams 34-31 in a very close, high-scoring game where we saw 65 combined points. Banana pancakes and sausage potatoes. Jay Hughes says, my Niners will be a tough battle this game. It's definitely game of the year for them, or else it's going to be hard moving forward down. You know, it being a tough game, yeah, it's going to be a tough game for the 49ers. That's for sure. It'll be a tough game for the Rams. They always play each other pretty damn good. It's always a very competitive game between these two teams. You know, you've got one trending in the right direction, and the other has played 5 very weak teams, and they're 2-3. When you start diving in depth into the strength of competition and who's doing what and who's beating what, it's not like, you know, you can give the Rams that much credit for wins over the football team and the Giants. You know, they both have played the Giants. The 49ers smashed them, whereas the Rams barely escaped them. Okay? Both have played the Eagles. One smashed them, the other lost to them. Jay Gonzalez says the Niners are going to lose. And I do agree. Real Champ, is it possible that the Jets win when Bell leaves? I mean, anything's possible, but it would be a coincidence because how many games did Bell not play that they lost? Oh, that crack felt good. There we go, ready to rock and ready to roll. So we're going to put this one up on the free play board. If you don't know and you've been living under a rock, you didn't watch our daily free play video, there is value. First of all, we're taking the Rams. But the difference between the spread at 2.5 minus $1.20 and the money line being minus $1.40, and you only have to win by 1, not 3. Rams money line, minus 140. The reason why the Rams money line minus $1.40 is because, simply put, laying 2.5 at minus $1.20, you can't even buy it down and get it below $1.40 and only needing to win by 1. So obviously value in the money line. I was taking the Rams regardless, laying 2.5. But in case it is a close scoring game, decided by a field goal like last year, excuse me, I'll take the money line. So, we got the goose is loose, and we got a free play on the free play board. I'm telling you, this candy on my desk is not going to last very long. Let's start diving depth into some more games and seeing what we can find. Jay Gonzalez, you can get them right on our website. Matter of fact, they're actually just now back in stock. If you go to our website and you click on the shop tab, you can get them, or you can go to shop.cappersdirect.com. You get them right there. Rich, what do I think about the over in the Steelers game? We'll take a look at that one. I think there's potential there, but remember, I'm going to give a disclaimer in the games this week. There are some very tough games to handicap this week. If you noticed, the first 5 weeks we saw a lot of games going over. A lot of games going over. First, Jay, time is first game, brother, so I can get the combo package before games go out. Premium plays are already out. First game is at 1 p.m. Most of the premium plays are at 1 p.m. today. If you're on my personal plays, they'll be going out right after the live show. As far as the games this week go, week 1 through 5, we saw a lot of totals go over. Hell, we saw a lot of first half totals go over. So when you start taking a look at the NFL totals, I'm just going to go right down the list. First of all, and look at how many are in the low to mid 50s. It's not often we see nearly every single game in the 50s. Matter of fact, there's not many in the 40s this week. Bears and Panthers, 45. Lions and the Jaguars, 54. Falcons and the Vikings, 54. Texans and the Titans, 53. The football team and the Giants, 42.5. Browns and the Steelers, 50.5. Ravens and the Eagles, 46.5. Bengals and the Colts, 46. Packers and the Bucks, 55, leading the charge. Rams and the 49ers, 51.5. Cardinals and the Cowboys also lead the charge at 55. Oh, wait. Then there's the Chiefs and the Bills on Monday night. Monday Night Football total set at 57 flipping points. Jets and the Dolphins, 47. And then the Broncos and the Patriots, a lowly 44.5. Not very often we see this many totals in the 50s. The books have overcompensated. The books have adjusted. And the books plan on taking your money when it comes to the totals. Nathan, the dog ate your homework. I hope it was some of the games. So as far as the totals go and the games go, a lot of them are juiced this week. I think we got a lot of lemons out there. Now, we didn't make any lemonade yesterday, but we've been making lemonade time and time again, and we're going to smash the books today. So we're going to try and decipher through some of this crap, and we're going to get the money. We're going to get the money. That's for sure. Nick, that's probably because either one, you're using a cell phone and you logged in so many different times from different IP addresses, which I will get fixed. It's a security measure our website has to make sure accounts are not shared. So if you're sharing your password with somebody, it will automatically lock up your account. Or if you log in so many times on a cell phone, usually while traveling or going from area to area where it picks up a different IP address each time. Then it'll boot you out. And I can see it switched you from all within a couple minutes from different IP addresses. So I'll get it disabled for you. But yeah, our system's automated. If you share your account information, it'll boot you out and it'll suspend your service. Neverez, thank you for jumping on board the big Sunday NFL guarantee. Mr. Martinez as well. Flex wants to know what's my thoughts on the Steelers and the Browns. We will get to that game here in a little bit. So next game that we're going to do, let me go right back up to the top because we're just going to go down the list today, all right? We're going to go down the list and we're going to try and make some lemonade out of some of these games. I will try and touch all of them. I know I can't, but I'm going to touch some of them. That's for sure. Now, I can tell you this much. There is an absolute shit ton of people that were on the 49ers. A lot that I know of. Glad I'm not. First one we're going to do, Bears, Panthers. We've got the 4-1 Chicago Bears, 3-2 against the spread, 2-3 on the over. So 3 of their games have gone under. On the road to face the Carolina Panthers, who find themselves 3-2, straight up 3-2 against the spread, 2-1 to the over, coming off 3 straight wins after opening up the year 0-2 against Vegas and Tampa Bay. They came back, they beat the Chargers, they beat the Cardinals in last weekend. As a 2.5-point underdog, they were our big Sunday NFL guaranteed play last week. No, they are not the NFL play this week. They were a 2.5-point dog. We won by 7. Brad, I will. Not a problem. Now, these two teams have faced off in the past, but it's been 3 years, so take all that information that the over's 3-2, that the Bears just beat Carolina the last time they played. Take that, throw it out the window, because the last time they played, Cam Newton was piloting the ship, captaining the ship, piloting the airplane. They didn't have old Teddy. No, Nick, what it is when you log in on your cell phone, sometimes it'll give you a different IP address for each time that you're using your cell phone. And so it changes the last 3 digits of your cell phone. I can look and see. And that's exactly what it did. 172 IP addresses starting at 172 are usually cell phones, I believe. So that's what it was. No big deal, though. Oh, I know you're not sharing. If you were sharing your account, it would lock you out and wouldn't let me do it. It would go up to the guys in IT. Wouldn't even let me adjust it. But I could see that it was a cell phone. That's why. I wasn't saying you were sharing. I was saying without even looking at your account, it's one of those 2 things when it happens. It's usually because it's a cell phone. Trust me, I have a login and it'll lock me out sometimes. If I'm driving or if I'm traveling, it'll lock me out too. Any survivor advice? Pick a winner. In order to give survivor pool advice, I'd have to know who you've taken and what weeks and what's available and what's not. And again, I'm probably not the best survivor pool because I got eliminated last week with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Bitches. All right, so Max says not sleeping on Carolina. Rich says, got to do the tomahawk chop for the Braves. If they blow it, I lose a bet with my bro and got to wear a Dodgers jersey to work. That would suck. That would suck. Trust me. I am mulling the option of going to the World Series if the Braves go. So I'll be right there with you. Got a little video of my daughter doing the tomahawk chop. It's awesome. All right, guys, Carolina 12-3 against the spread at home on a winning streak of 3 or more games. They've won 3 straight, like we discussed. The Bears, oh my, 4-1. They beat the Lions, they beat the Giants, they beat the Falcons, and they beat the Buccaneers. They did lose to the Colts 19-11. The fact that they actually beat Tom Brady and the Buccaneers kind of throws off the theory that they only beat shitty teams. Now, the Bucs weren't the best, but the Bucs are definitely improving and making strides. Mark S., good morning. I am ready for a big day, too, and we need it. Joseph Browning, good morning. Philip, good morning. Mike Scott says Carolina money line. We're going to go over all of that. All right, first of all, let's take a look at the odds. Let's take a look where everything's at. Let me refresh it real quick. As well, it would only be fair. Mark, as far as my personal plays, I can't send them if I'm live. So as soon as I'm off live, they'll be going out. As soon as I'm off live, they will be going out. But premium plays are on the website. The big Sunday NFL play is on the website. If you're on my personal plays, they will be going out after the live show. I'll only be live for a little while longer. Well, actually, we have plenty of time today. The thing that I like about Sundays is we still go live. Jalen, thank you. You're always first now to post when I'm frozen, and I appreciate that. Now, the thing that I love about Sundays and the schedule, we still go live at 6 a.m., but we're not rushed because the games don't start until 10 o'clock on the West Coast. So we have plenty of time. I'll make sure everybody's on the games. But to be honest, I actually enjoy having more time, especially after a bad day yesterday. Renault Brown says, I need that guaranteed Sunday to go along with my premium plays. Have a shitty day yesterday. Jumped off the bridge yesterday with no water underneath. Well, today will be a nice big bounce back for you on premium plays. What we put out for premium plays, I actually really, really like. I actually really, really, really like what we put out. Daniel, thank you, sir. Thank you. I was just looking at that, and I was getting ready to say, thank you for jumping on board. Premium plays, the Sunday play, they're on the website. Premium plays, the Sunday play, they're on the website. My personal plays, Daniel, I will text to you, but I'll be texting them, obviously, when I get off the live show. When I get off the live show, I will send them out. Obviously, I can't send them out when we're live, but I will reach out to you. I'll send them to you by text message. I will let you know it's me ahead of time as well. And that goes for everybody that's on my personal plays. We have plenty of time. There's zero rush. Just because lines are out doesn't mean that I want you guys to bet it. Maybe I'm monitoring a line, or maybe I'm waiting to make sure a damn player is playing. I had a bad day yesterday, and I'm going to make sure we have a good one today. So if we got to wait a little bit, we got to wait a little bit. Nonetheless, we're going to make it a great day. So if you're on my personal plays, stand by. You'll get them soon. I promise you. All right, so taking a look at this game, it would only be fair to take a look at not only where the line originated from, where it's at now, as well as where the money's at during these breakdowns. All right, first of all, Panthers opened up as a 2.5-point favorite with a total of 43.5. As of right now, they are a pick'em minus $1.17 or minus 117 on the money line. Total on this one, which opened up at 43.5, is up a full 1.5 to 45. Total trending in the upwards direction, although you can get 44.5 minus $1.17 depending on where you're betting, with a team total on the Panthers over and under 23 and 21.5 for the Bears. All right, taking a look at the money aspect. Where is the money coming? Where is the money going? And what is it doing to the line? What is it doing to the line? So when you pop up the money aspect of this, and first of all, full disclaimer, and I don't think I said this yesterday, and I usually always try and say this because it is something that's actually very important. When it comes to the money aspect of the game, where the money is going, be it self-imposed people that gave themselves the title of a sharp, or the public. It doesn't matter to me where the money's at. Where the money is at will never determine where my bet's going to be at. If it's a heavily bet public game or a heavily bet sharp game, or they're all on the same side, that will have no bearing on who I bet on. What I will be betting on is the game that I break down, that I decide is one, the better team based on the number. Remember, we play numbers here. Not where Joe Blow is betting, not where some blonde bimbo is betting, not where your favorite Twitter tout who shows a copy of a ticket that he didn't even give his clients and won't even show the dollar amount that he bet. I seen one yesterday for the boxing fight. Somebody getting plus 350, but they don't even show the bet amount. And then people complaining, well, you didn't even give your clients that, but you deleted your other one, or something like that. I just laugh. Where those dingbats bet have no bearing on where we will bet. But I do use this information because it is valuable. But it's valuable in a completely different and entire direction. So, for instance, Chicago, Carolina. We're going to take a look at the total. We already went over that. It opened up at 43.5. It's at 45 right now. 64% of all the money coming in on the total is coming in on the over. It's the reason why we have the 1.5 increase going up. So if we have a percentage of 64-36, if that keeps staying the course, what that shows me and what that tells me is that number should continue to increase. It'll be 45.5, then 46, so forth and so forth and so forth as people keep betting it up. Okay? I will use that information to my advantage. If you're going to be taking, and I'm not saying that I'm taking either direction, but if you're taking the over in the Chicago and Carolina game, it would behoove you or advise you to bet it early because it's being bet up. You could use that percentage to determine when you bet. Not who you bet on, but when you bet on whoever you thought you were going to bet on. So take that information and use it to your advantage on when to bet. Now, if the roles were reversed and you wanted the over and you're looking at everybody pounding the under, and that number keeps dropping because everybody and their mother, their cousins, their TTs, their aunties, they're all on the under. And that line just keeps pounding the under, and it keeps dropping. If your intention is to take the over, kick back and wait, and let them move that line down before you make your bet. Use that information, if you have access to it, to your advantage. So 64% in this game are on the over. As far as betting the game, 61% are all on Carolina. So when you say 61% are on Carolina, oh my God, the lines dropped. They were a 2.5-point favorite, now they're a pick'em. Why? Well, first of all, there was a lot more that were on Carolina. Some money yesterday and earlier in the week, some big money came in on the Bears for obvious reasons. So while it was here, it's starting to drop, the percentages. It's starting to swing back in the favor in the late momentum towards the Bears as far as the money aspect. So if you're planning on betting Carolina, monitor their line. Maybe you get a better line. If you start seeing it trending up, maybe you bet sooner. Okay? Now, Bears 8-19-2 against the spread on the road against a team with a winning record. Carolina is 7-0 to the over at home versus an opponent after playing on Thursday. All right, guys, taking a look at what each team has done. The Bears averaging just 3 touchdowns a game, 21 points per game. They're averaging 95 yards on the ground, 4.1 yards per carry, 228 in the air, and 5.7 yards per passing attempt. Carolina averaging 24.4 points per game. 118 on the ground at 4.3 yards per carry. The average per rush, very similar. 7.9 yards on average per attempt for every passing play coming out of Teddy Bridgewater's hands. 282 yards in the air. Oh, Teddy can sling it. Addison Irwin says Kyle's very right about Vegas adjusting those totals because of the high-scoring weeks. They have. Addison says the same thing happened in hockey and baseball. NHL season starts with over and unders at 5 and 6, slowly creep to 6.5 to 7.5. Facts. 100% facts. Taking a look at the defensive side of things on this game, first of all. Because defense wins games, right? Defense does win games. You got to keep the opposing team out of the end zone. However, you can't win if you can't score. Bears giving up just 20 points a game. And like I said, that's to the likes of the Lions, the Giants, the Falcons, the Colts, and the Buccaneers. They're giving up 113 rush yards a game on average, 4.4 yards per carry. 231 in the air. And they're -1 on turnovers. Carolina, been getting torched defending the run. Giving up 133 yards a game on the ground, 5.4 yards per carry. The Bears have not been able to really establish a run. They've been getting enough at 4.1 yards per carry to be able to establish a play-action pass at times when needed. But they really haven't been able to have that real big breakout running game. If they want to have one, it should be open for them today against Carolina. Carolina. They give up 222 in the air. Not a big number there. 6.1 yards per passing attempt. The Carolina secondary has been pretty solid. That's against the likes going up against the Falcons, the Cardinals, the Chargers, the Bucks, and the Raiders. All teams capable of slinging the ball with Matt Ryan, Derek Carr, Tom Brady. Murray, then the works. As far as turnovers go, Carolina sitting at +3, Bears -1 when it comes to the turnover game. Somebody wants to give you stats that, because I saw it on Twitter. What were they saying? Underdogs are 6-1-1 against the spread in the head-to-head series. Well, shit, they haven't played in 3 years, so none of that really matters. I mean, that was going back to like 2008, like 12 years ago. Like, really? You're going to give out a stat from 12 years ago like it really matters and it'll have any effect on today's game? Man, you're out of your absolute mind. As far as this game goes, I see this one being a toss-up, okay? I see this one being a toss-up. The Bears and the Panthers, I can't lie. I'm a Teddy Bridgewater fan. I think the kid is an exceptional quarterback. I don't think he goes out there and makes dumb decisions when under distress. I think he's pretty solid when he's under distress. He protects the football exceptionally well. He's a gunslinger. And he can absolutely sling the ball. What you get out of Chicago, not a big fan of when it comes to their quarterbacks leading the charge. As far as this one, though, if the Bears were still getting 2.5 points, it would definitely be enticing. Factor in they're on the road, they're playing in Carolina. In games where Carolina was getting 2 points or more, they were getting 2 points against the Lions on the road. They won outright, 27-23. When they were a 2.5 point dog against the Falcons on the road, they won outright, 30-26. They were a 3-point dog against the Colts, and they ended up losing. They were a 3.5 point dog against the Buccaneers, and they ended up winning outright. I've been a Teddy fan since the beginning, since college. First King says the Panthers don't have enough weapons for the Chicago defense. Well, to be honest, in my personal opinion, I don't think the Bears' defense has been all that tested just yet. They're -1 on turnovers through 5 games. They give up 4.4 yards per carry, which, incidentally enough, is roughly what the Carolina Panthers average running the ball. Give up 222 in the air, with old Teddy and the Panthers averaging well over that. He protects the football exceptionally well. Granted, the Bears do have a strong defense. I think the Bears are just now going to get into their test of how good their defense is or is not. Judging their defense off of the Lions, who they gave up 23 points to, the Giants, who they barely beat by 4 points. They gave up 26 to Matt Ryan in the Falcons and needed that huge comeback to get it. They lost to old Pick Six Rivers 19-11. And they barely beat the Bucs, but yet they held Tom Brady under 20 points, held him to 19. That I agree with. With the exception of the Buccaneers game, the level of competition from the Colts, the Falcons, the Giants, and the Lions, I think we can count all those combined wins for 4 teams on one hand. However, in the next coming weeks, the Bears get, obviously, the Panthers today. Then they get the Rams, the Saints, the Titans, the Vikings. Then they get Green Bay. As far as their next 5 to 6 weeks, in the next 5 to 6 weeks, we'll see how tested the Bears defense really is. The Panthers defense, I think we've seen a lot about what we're going to get out of them. Mr. Reyes, good morning. Thank you, sir. They played the high-power offense of Vegas. They played Brady and the Bucs. Granted, they got their butts kicked. They played the Chargers. They played the high-flying offense of Arizona. And they played the Falcons as well. So again, as far as defensive numbers go, they're very similar. They both give up 6.1 yards per passing attempt. However, Carolina does give up 1 more rushing yard on average per rushing attempt than the Bears do. But the Bears can't run the ball worth a shit, and they haven't been able to. So as far as this one goes, as far as me judging the defenses, I put the defenses pretty much on the same level. As far as offensive levels go, Carolina's scoring more, not by much, a little over 3.4 points per game more, although they're also giving up 3.6 points per game more on defense. As far as this one goes, early lean, and remember, leans, full disclaimer for the 226 that are here, leans are exactly that, something that we're leaning to. Doesn't mean it's necessarily a play just yet. It could be, or we may decide to go and play the other side or not play anything at all. If I end up betting a lean, I will tell you guys. All right? Like if I knew I was going to bet the Panthers, I would let you guys know. But as of right now, I do lean towards the Panthers on the money line. Or you can get them as a pick. Minus $1.17 didn't really matter. LT, I appreciate that. LT Louisiana, I appreciate the text message you sent as well. You know, when I see comments, and I'm not singling anybody out, CVAC or a fight fan, trust me, we have some very talented individuals that participate in our live chat when it comes to handicapping games and picking winners. Fight Fan, and thank you, Fight Fan. You actually said it before I did. Fight Fan says, Steelers, Colts, Vikings, Panthers, moneyline parlay. Very enticing. I don't know about the Vikings, but very enticing. Definitely very enticing. CVAC says, Fight Fan, is it solid? If somebody's going to be betting the games themselves, they obviously think it's a very solid play. But just remember, what's solid to one may not be solid to the other. So just because somebody recommends something, hell, even me, if I give out my leans, doesn't mean you should necessarily be betting it. Premium plays, my personal plays, yeah, you should be betting. Big D Mall in the house. I actually owe you the address. Dave, I forgot to send it to you. So when we get off the live chat, I'll send you the address. And to the individual, I won't name names, that sent the nasty email, thank you for the apology email. I just got it. I'll reply when we get off the live show. Thank you. I appreciate that. Because trust me, there's nobody that wants to win more for you guys than me. That's a fact. Because here's a quick way I can sum things up here. Here's real world for you guys. Okay? I show tickets. And I show tickets religiously. Sometimes I get busy with the family because I do have a life outside of work. I've got a 4-year-old who'll be 5 in just a couple weeks. And man, this little beauty is growing up fast. So I try and spend as much time with the family as I can. But I'm a workaholic. I work for you guys and for me. Because remember, I actually bet the games. Unlike other services out there, I bet the games. I bet the games for thousands of dollars. So when you lose, I'm losing. And not only am I losing, but I'm losing for you guys, which I absolutely hate as well. I absolutely hate that as well. There's nobody out there that would rather win for you guys than me. There's other services that talk the talk. There's other companies out there, Twitter touts, YouTubers. They don't ever, they don't bet. And when they do, it's just to show you a ticket and they blur out the bet amount or how they crop it out. Okay? I will always strive to bet, or for when we make a bet, to win for you guys. Because I'm actually betting the games. If I'm not betting it, I won't give it out to you guys. You guys ask me all the time. I get text messages. What do you think of this parlay? What do you think of this lane? Can I bet this? Can I bet that? If I'm not betting it, you're not getting it. That's a fact. Mr. Taylor, thank you for jumping on board the Big Sunday Play. And I know you're one of our clients that like to hammer the snot out of games. That'll be a good one. Could be a monster bounce back day, and you're going to get that money today. So am I. So is everybody else that's on it. JP says, love the show and your sincerity. Thank you. I appreciate that. Nate says, nothing like coffee and talking about the number. Cheers. I've already had my 2 cups with 2 double shots. So cheers. I'm drinking the Monster now. Paul says, need a link for picks. There's a link to our big Sunday NFL guaranteed play. Guaranteed to winner, you get the next one free. Combo package and all the premium play packages and my personal plays can be found here. Joseph Browning, never know which Nick Foles you're going to get. Good morning, William. Tuning in via text message. That is a fact. You'll never know which one you're going to get. That is a fact. All right. Give me 1 second here. Okay. Sorry, trying to surprise my wife. My wife's at home with the little one. So I'm trying to surprise her because they normally get up and have breakfast around 8:30. So I knew obviously I'm not going to be home for breakfast. So I wanted to surprise her with her favorite place for breakfast. So me being the family man, I do apologize. There we go. I got it in. Ordered it from her favorite place. All right, so LT, it's overall profit for the package that you're on. Here's the thing. We may have, you may have a 7-day or a 1-year package or a 3-day package. I can't guarantee you profit 7 days out of 7 days. I can't guarantee you 3 days out of 3 days. I can't guarantee you a year's worth of profits and a year's worth of plays. But I can promise you at the end of your package, you'll be up. LT from the Northwest says we got 2 LTs in here now, but I will take care of you. At the end of your package, if you're not up, and trust me, I know if you're up because I'm betting. If you're not up, we take care of you. Levi Taylor is Guaranteed Sunday included in the double up year package. I don't believe it is. But no matter which one you get, if you do get one of them, I'll make sure you get the Sunday play today. That's not a problem. But I mean, if you buy a year of premium plays, they're not going to give you, and we double it, they're not going to give you a year of the Guaranteed Sundays unless it's included in that package on the website, which I don't think it is. But if you buy it today, I'll make sure that you get it today. That's not a problem. You wouldn't have to buy it twice. Mike Z says, let's put that shitty day behind us. Already did, brother. I'm ready to make some money today. My personal plays will be out as soon as the live show is done. Shout out to your show. Please shout out my little one, Haven. Good morning. Haven and Deck, good morning. Thank you. Yeah, LT, the other one's definitely lost, but we make sure you're up. We make sure you're up. Yeah, fight fan. It was definitely tough. But anyways, on to the rest of the lanes. So again, I do lean towards the Panthers on the money line as far as the total goes on this one. I'm going to be straight up and honest with you when it comes to the total. NBA Real Tape, thank you for tuning in from the Philippines. And we will definitely have a big bounce back. As far as the total goes at 45, we already know it's up 1.5. I go back and forth on the total for the Bears and the Panthers. I can plead a case why we may see a lower scoring game, 23-16, 2019, 21-16, or very well we might see a 31-21, or something closer, 30-26. I can see it being a close game. Tom, nope, haven't done the Ravens game. We'll do that one here shortly. As far as the total goes on this one, I lean towards the over. but I don't know if I'm sold on it just yet. Okay? The Bears, they have shown their inability to put up points. They have shown their ability to win and not put up points. But I do lean towards the over. I think we see some points today, in my personal opinion. Anytime Teddy's slinging the ball, we have a chance for points. Friday guy, okay. I could care less. I think you must be in the wrong chat. This ain't the rap channel. If Fight Fan said the Bears should be good for 17, at least 17. The Bears should be good for at least 17 points. So are we going to get a 17-16, 20-17, or is it going to be 30-24? 30-24, the game goes over. So I do lean towards the over. We'll jump into another breakdown. Everybody keeps asking about the Ravens game, so we will touch the Ravens game. We will reach out and touch the Ravens and the Eagles. Sly says, morning, Kyle. You're up super early. That Pacific time over there is crazy during football season. It sucks. It sucks. It sucks. It sucks. I like weekdays better than weekends because we go live at 6 o'clock, which in the off 4, and it sucks. That it does. Game 263, 264. Ravens, Eagles. Ravens 4-1 straight up. 3-1-1 against the spread. 2-3 to the over. Good morning. First King says Giants and Redskins. Well, the Redskins are not playing today, but that football team is. And we could probably break down that shitty game here in a little bit. Ronald Brown, the Sunday play is already on the website. Remember, if you have multiple packages on our website, when you go to our website, you got to turn your phone sideways. When you turn your phone sideways, look for your username. Scroll down just a little bit, not to the bottom. Scroll down just a little bit. Look for your username. Click on the small little box that has 4 windows in it, and then scroll down. All right, and then scroll down. Give me 1 second, guys and gals. Okay. Daniel says, yes, we're all here for the Washington and New York game, right? All right, so breaking down this one, you got the Eagles 1-3-1 against the spread. 1-4. Sorry, 1-3-1 straight up. 1-4 against the spread. 3-2 to the over. All hail the Eagles. Got a win a couple weeks ago. They beat the lowly Giants with Nick Mullins 25-20. All year long, they lost to the football team. How embarrassing was that? 27-17. And I'm going to poke fun out of my clients and my friends here from Philly. Go big. I will answer that question for you in just a second. So hold that thought. Week 2, they lost to the Rams for very good reason, 37-19 and an ass beating. Then they pushed the Bengals. They tied them. Then they beat the 49ers. And then they lost to the Steelers, not surprising. 38-29. Yeah, Brad, you definitely can't mention that one in the chat. Just replied to you. Nick Rez says personal. Go Bix this morning, Kyle. You're the bomb. I appreciate that. And so to apologize. First of all, you never need to apologize, especially asking which one I would recommend. But I'm looking at purchasing a yearly package. Do you lean more towards the premium or personal plays? First of all, the difference is, and there's a big difference between the two. Both will win long term. Both will treat you right. You can't go wrong with either one of them. Premium plays are put out by the entire company, myself included. I've got my two little greedy paws in them. Trust me, I'm head first in them. I probably have more opinion on them than some of the other individuals, but there's 8 of us. The premium plays are the company's big plays. The premium plays are the company's top plays. My personal plays, the difference, besides the fact that premium plays you get on the website by logging in daily, my personal plays I text out to everybody on a daily basis. My personal plays are me, myself, and I. There's nobody else that has any outside input in them. Big difference today in them is the premium plays are on the double up sale. So if you buy a 1-year premium play membership, even if it's the one that has guaranteed Saturday or any of the other ones, they're double. There is that one package that has a year of premium plays and a year of my personal plays. That's the more expensive one, but that is also being doubled as well. That is also being doubled as well. Bo King, only new accounts get that premium or personal play deals? Yeah, absolutely. The 2 free days, if that's what you're talking about, Bo King. Yeah, only new accounts. And considering BetOnline's down, wouldn't work right now anyways. Nick Rez says the one that he bets. I bet premium plays more... for a more, better terminology. I bet premium plays for larger amounts in my personal plays. Not to say that my personal plays aren't good, but that's the way it's always been. So to answer your question, Bo King, whichever one fits your bankroll and your budget will treat you properly. And you're not going to hurt my feelings if you got on premium plays. You're definitely not. The benefit, you don't got to wait for my text message. You get them instant access. And again, it doesn't matter which package you purchase. We don't partake in any of those upsells, those games, the gimmicks. You're not going to say, oh, well, you just bought, a $2,000 package. What you bought is crap. You need to upgrade to the 200-star locks of the years for $14,000. None of that stuff happens here. Jay Shep, good morning. So, none of that stuff happens here. So it doesn't matter which one you buy. We'll definitely treat you right. World Rank says, how does a disagreement with other handicappers on a game get resolved? We go out back and we throw down. Sometimes we have a shootout, old Wild West style. As you can see, I'm still standing and I have no black eyes. No, in all seriousness, how we resolve it, if we can't persuade the other person on the reasons why we see it, we just don't take it. Trust me, it's cost us some wins where some of us will be in agreement, some of us won't be. And we just take a pass. Sometimes they can't persuade me. Sometimes I can't persuade them. And that's fine. We've got some of the sharpest individuals in the industry that we get to work with. The company has spared no expense over the years. Good old-fashioned knife fight out in the back alley, let me tell you. We're always hiring a new handicapper because they have a disagreement with me. I'm going to shank them, right? No, I'm just teasing. Just teasing. No violence here whatsoever. No shootouts, no gunfights from the Wild Wild West. No fighting. Now, I'll be honest, there's a few individuals that we don't get along, all right? We don't get along. For various reasons. Some have animosity that they didn't start the YouTube thing. Hell, they could be more than happy to come on board, because trust me, I'd like to have a day off. But the bosses said no. That is my thing. So it's my pet project. Some were jealous that, created something that was successful for the company, and they weren't a part of it. They didn't want to be a part of it until it was successful, and then I told them no. So, there's a little animosity with some people, but it doesn't affect the plays. When it comes to plays, we all bet the games. So we have one job and one job at hand when it comes to betting the games, and that's making money. And no matter what kind of disagreement we may have or jealousy some have, I'm smarter than Jay. Just kidding, Jay. Jay knows I like him. When it comes down to business and comes down to work and producing winners, we do a damn good job at doing it. Mike, I don't do a lot of quarter bets. Occasionally I do, but I don't do a lot of quarter bets. Jealous of your catchphrase, right? Rich says I'm the only one that looks pretty. That's why we're the face. I will be honest, though. It is thinning out up here, all right? You guys are making me lose my hair. But yeah, good old-fashioned throwdown, how we decide in the back. Go out in the back alley and have a big old-fashioned backyard brawl. Whoever's left standing, you get the job done. See, I love my job. I absolutely love it. There's parts of it that I don't like. Obviously, when I lose, I don't like losing, man. I can stomach the losses that I lose because my bankroll supports it. Okay, it doesn't matter how much I lost yesterday. I lost a shit ton. Over 20K yesterday between the big Saturday play and everything else. Does it suck? Yeah. It sucks to lose, but I can stomach the losses. Now, what I don't like is I don't like losing for you guys. Losing for you guys. That's the part of the job that I don't like. That's the part that bothers me is when I lose for you guys. Because I know there's times where, you guys go bigger than you probably should based on situations. So that's the part that I don't like. But other than that, I love my job. I got the best job in the world. World Rank says, hey, thanks for taking a peek behind the process. Not a problem. Jalen, I could use either another one or a colder one. That's for sure. This is getting a little warm. You guys are killing me. I can kind of see the resemblance, but I don't think I'm that big, and I definitely don't look that old, so come on, guys. The rewind's absolutely. All right, guys, so next breakdown that we're going to do. I'm going to be honest. If we have time later, I will, but I'm going to skip over the football team and the Giants because, no offense, I don't want to talk about 1-4 and 0-5. We're going to talk about some more important games that probably interest you guys a lot more. And we're going to go from there. We'll talk about Cleveland and Pittsburgh next. We'll talk about the Browns and the Steelers. Baker Mayfield will be starting today, even with some sore-ass ribs. What makes a guaranteed play as to a premium? It's a game that we're willing to step out on that we feel is a lot stronger. And we're willing to absolutely hammer down on. And put a guarantee on. All right, so game 261, 262. That breakdown is coming up next. And again, to people that were asking about the year packages, if you buy the year package today, because it is on the double up, a premium play package, buy a year premium plays, it is being doubled depending on, or Doesn't matter which year premium you buy. I will make sure that you get the Sunday play today. So if you purchase it, just let me know and remind me that you're from the live show, either in the live chat or whatever, and I will make sure that you get the Sunday play on the house. How many games are there to bet in the $99 3-day package? Every day is different. I can't tell you what I'm going to have tomorrow because I don't even know what we're going to have tomorrow. We may have some team totals. We may have a teaser. We may have a side. I don't know what we're going to have tomorrow. I don't know what we're going to have the next day. But what I will tell you is today, there's 4 premium plays as of right now. There's 4 premium plays as of right now. Mike Brown says, I always bet way too small and make too many plays. Kyle, what's your thoughts on number of games to bet on a Sunday? The number of games, obviously less is more in reality. However, I don't play a lot of games, but there's no limit to what I would. I don't have a cap at what I would. So you got to pick what's best for your bankroll and your budget, and you got to roll with it. Somebody said, where did I see it? Longshot said 2 for 2 on the free plays Friday and Saturday. Picked the right 2 games. We were 2 for 2. Or not 2 for 2, but we were 2-0 on Friday. Free plays. Free plays off the hook on Friday and Thursday. Free plays are generally pretty damn good. Yesterday we had a little subpar 1 and 2 day yesterday. We will get to that game. We will do the Ravens and the Eagles game. Just not yet. It's just not next on my list. It's actually after this one. Morning, Greg. All right, Cleveland and Pittsburgh. You got the Browns. Holy shit, the Browns are 4-1 on the year. Can you believe that? Here we are going into week 6. The Browns are 4-1 on the year. Cleveland 3-2 against the spread and 4-1 to the over. Hats off to the Browns and the Browns fans. You guys got 4 wins on the year. Now we've got the Steelers, a perfect 4-0, 3-1 against the spread, 3-1 to the over. Hitting that big refresh on the live odds. That way we can pull up the live odds of where they are, where they've been, as well as where the money is, because I think that's all important. And for some reason, it logged me out. All right, so getting back in it. Sly, you're killing me. I'm glad I can help you. All right, so as far as this game goes, game 261, 262, first of all, line opened up with the Steelers laying 3.5 and a total of 51. It's down to 3, minus $1.10. You can get plus 3 on the Browns, minus $1.10. And the total is sitting at 50.5. Total is down 0.5 point. Line is down 0.5 point. Not much different there. As far as the money aspect, and remember, again, I'm going to emphasize this a lot. Disclaimer on where the money is at. I don't use where the money is at to tell me where to bet. I use the money or use where the money is at to tell me when I should bet, or approximately when I should bet, based on if a number is going to be pushed up or a number is going to be pushed down. As far as the money aspect, the total is pretty split down the middle. 51% on the under, 49% on the over. As far as the side of the game, 72% of against the spread bettors are backing the Steelers, who are 4-0. Just 28% riding on the Browns. Okay? Money line, 68%. Money line backers taking the Browns. Yet against the spread backers, we're all taking the Steelers. Kind of lopsided, kind of wishy-washy there. Dr. Franco says Pittsburgh and the under. Sly says, are the Browns for real or is this smoke and mirrors? Andrew says, we're going to find out today. I do agree. We are going to find out today if the 4-1 Browns can hang with the 4-0 Steelers on the road. We get AFC North power is going to be battling out today, guys. First of all, Pittsburgh is 22-10 against the spread at home versus an opponent who's on a winning streak of 3 or more games. The Browns, 12-31 against the spread on the road against a stout rushing defense yielding less than 3.6 yards per carry. The Steelers defense holding teams to 3.3 yards per carry. And we will go over all of that very shortly. Okay. Again, if you're on my personal plays, they will be out after the live show. Rest assured, they will be out after the live show. And if you were on Guaranteed Saturday yesterday, no, they don't just roll it over into the Sunday play. They do it package for package. Now, let's take a look at both teams. Then we'll take a look at the numbers. We'll try and compare to see where we're at. All right, as of right now, I don't have a play on the side of this game. I do not even have a play on the game total on this one. All right, taking a look at the Browns. Their only loss on the year was in week 1 to the Ravens where they got slaughtered 38-6. I think everybody wrote them off after that. They said the Browns are the Browns. They'll be lucky to get their 6 wins on the season. Here we are 4 weeks later. They're 4-1. They beat up the Bengals. No big deal there. They beat them 35-30. They still struggled. They beat the football team by 14 points, 34-20. They beat Dallas 49-38, who now has the redhead starting for them. And then they just beat the Colts 32-23 with pick 6 Rivers throwing pick 6s. As far as the level of competition, with the exception of their loss to the Ravens, I don't think the Browns have been tested that much like they will when they play the Steelers today, Vegas, the Ravens later on in the season, and the Steelers later on in the season. For the most part, I feel that the Browns have a fairly easy schedule, and they really haven't beaten anybody. Okay, the Colts. They beat the Colts. My hat's off to them. They beat the Colts. Okay? Got to give credit where credit is due. Take a look at the Steelers. They beat the Giants. Big Ben coming back, breaking off all that rust. They beat the Broncos. They beat the Texans, and they beat the Eagles. They beat 4 losing teams. They beat 4 losing teams. As far as the Steelers, they really haven't been tested. They really haven't. They beat the Giants by 10 on the road, week 1. Now, keep in mind, they've been, COVIDed, if that's what we want to call it. Forced buys, schedules changed. They beat Denver by 5 at home. They beat the Houston Texans by a touchdown at home. And they beat the Eagles by 9 at home. Again, all of these teams, we could probably add up all their wins on one hand. Maybe. I'd have to go back and double check. Again, another team, both teams, in my opinion, have not been tested. They have not been tested by a quality opponent. So what we get out of both teams today, we're going to find out. We're going to find out if that Steeler run defense is what it's cracked up to be. Because let me tell you, both teams are running the ball exceptionally well. But in today's matchup, Cleveland's running it better. Cleveland averaging 31.2 points per game, 29.5 for the Steelers. Cleveland averaging 188 yards on the ground, 5.5 yards per carry. But keep in mind, that was running against Baltimore, which killed them. So take out that. That's mostly against the Bengals, the football team, the Cowboys, which anybody in the world, hell, my mom who's got hip problems could run against the Cowboys. And against the Colts. So they're averaging 188 yards on the ground and 5.5 yards per carry. They're averaging 198 in the air with Baker Mayfield and 6.4 yards per passing attempt. Now, I'm going to tell you what I really like about Cleveland towards the end when we're talking about the defense. The Steelers averaging 29.5 points a game. They're running the ball exceptionally well, 139 yards on the ground, 4.5 yards a carry. That's a great number in the NFL. They're averaging 239 with Big Ben in the air at 6.7 yards per passing attempt. Sounds like Big Ben numbers. Rock solid. As far as the defenses go, give me 1 second, Ronald. Need to turn your phone sideways because I just confirmed you do have access to it. Got to turn your phone sideways. Scroll down and look for your username. Right next to your username is a small little box that's got 4 windows in it. Not at the bottom of the page. Look for the small little box that has 4 windows in it. Click on that box. That'll take you from your premium plays to your dashboard. And from your dashboard, you can go back and forth from package to package. Alex, 10 a.m. on the West Coast. It is one of the early games. So going back to this game, and let's talk about the defenses. Let's talk about the Steelers' defense first and their run defense. First of all, they're giving up 21.8 points per game, whereas the Browns are giving up 29.8 to shitty teams. The Steelers are holding teams to 64 yards rushing, 3.3 yards per carry. Fantastic run defense. The Steelers have always had a fantastic run defense. Problem today is they're going to be tested. They haven't been tested in the 4 games that they played. They played the Giants, the Broncos, the Texans, and the Eagles. All 4 teams, which haven't given them much competition, yet they haven't blown out. They really haven't been able to stop any of them. They're giving up 237 in the air to opposing teams, 6.6 yards per passing attempt. Steelers are +3 on turnovers through 4 games. Now the Browns, they are giving up some points, 29.8 points per game. Granted, most of those, that average comes because they gave up 38 to the Ravens and 38 in a high-scoring shootout with the Cowboys. They gave up 30 against Cincinnati and 23 to the Colts. As far as their run defense, they're giving up 87 yards a game on the ground, 3.9 yards per passing attempt, but they're getting torched in the air, 296 in the air, 6.9 yards per passing attempt. I'd expect Big Ben to have a big day through the air. The one thing that I like about the Browns, their turnovers this year, they are +6 on turnovers through 5 games. They are +6 on turnovers through 5 games. Both teams in the plus category. It's all good, Alex. It's all good. They're +6 and +3 on the turnovers. As far as this one goes, guys, I don't have a play on this game. I don't have a play on this game yet. I don't. As far as which way to go, I go back and forth. Both defenses have not been tested. Both offenses haven't been tested against a quality defense. Both are going to be tested today. There's times where I want to think this is going to be a super high-scoring game. Now, I think they get out and they score some points early, but I think they settle into their groove. As far as the total on this one goes, the total being where it's at, I think the total at 50.5, minus $1.10. You can get 50 at minus $1.16. As far as the full game total, I'm off of as of right now. I can plead a case why we're going to see 60 points in a shootout. But then I can also plead a case why we're going to see a 17-14 game, or a 21-20 game, or a 20-17 game, where defense prevails, like in most Steelers games. Now, the Steelers' last 3 games have all gone over. The Browns' last 4 games have all gone over. So naturally speaking, everybody in the world will probably be thinking the over. But that's not the case. It's actually 50-50 even action as of right now. So as far as the total goes, I think the books have it juiced. I have the total at 48.5-ish to 49, depending on where they put the hook. I don't have it at 50.5, that's for sure. So as far as the total goes, I'm off on the total. Although I can plead a case why it goes way over, and I can also plead a case why it stays way under. As far as the side of the game goes, we've had some good line movement with the Steelers and that line dropping. As far as the Browns at +3, I don't think +3 is enough for me to want to take Baker at +3. I do like the Browns, though. I like Baker Mayfield as a quarterback. I really do. I like what he's about, how he represents himself. But the fact is, Pittsburgh, they're at home at Heinz Field. It is Big Ben. It's been a while since Big Ben has blown him out, that's for sure. As far as this one goes, time of possession can definitely play into a big factor. And when you look at those rush defense numbers, teams haven't been running the ball against both teams. So a lot of people could be like, oh, Steelers are holding teams to 64 rush yards a game. There's no way Cleveland will be able to run the ball against them. Okay? Well, I do want you to know their rush defense is it's solid, but it's solid as far as average goes. They're only averaging, giving up, or defending 19 rush plays a game. So if they only have to defend the run 19 times, but they got to defend the pass 36 times, obviously they're holding teams to 3.3 yards per carry. That number will be a lot less. But if they were doing what other teams are averaging in the 30s, their run defense would be on the solid average side, not top-level run defense. I think Cleveland runs the ball. I think Cleveland will be able to run the ball. I think that will definitely help out. Baker. The problem is, Jarvis Landry playing hurt with his ribs. He is expected to start, just so you guys know. Odell Beckham is in line to play. Thank you, Ricky Lee. I appreciate that. Odell Beckham is in line to play. I'm going to go out on a limb here. If this line was, a tad bit higher, I'd probably jump all over the Bears. Maybe a tease. Or not the Bears, the Browns, excuse me. I'm still on the the other breakdown. If the line was a tad bit higher, I'd probably jump all over the Browns. Being at +3, I'm not completely entirely sold, but I do lean towards the Browns. Maybe not win the game outright, but to cover the number. I think it'll be a close game. I think it'll be closer than a lot of people are anticipating as far as that one goes. A lot of money on Pittsburgh. 72 to 28%. Okay? But yet the number's dropping. That tells me Vegas with the reverse line movement is begging for you to jump on the Steelers. Real champ, the average is yes. Terry Bass, the answer is hell yes. Or I concur. So I do lean towards the Browns. I don't know if I'm entirely sold on it. Maybe a teaser would be a better option. As far as the total, I'm off of. No opinion on that one. All right, so we're going to jump into another game day breakdown. Jump into another game day breakdown for everybody. Give me 1 second, folks. All right, if you're on my personal plays, they'll be coming out here in a little bit. Rest assured. Oh, Ronald Brown, we need to figure out a way for you to log in. I don't have the capability just to stop the show just to email you. And if I had to email everybody that had an issue with logging into the games, I'd never be able to get any work done. So we need to figure out why you can't figure it out. But I will help you with that. That way next week you're able to, and the week after that you're able to. Because we need to nip that problem in the bud. That way you're able to. But I promise you, you have access. If you're using a phone, turn it sideways. The screen will rotate. Scroll down and find your username. If you find your username, you'll find the little box that has 4 little boxes inside it. If you can't find your username, you're not looking in the right spot. So keep scrolling around until you find your username. That I promise you. But it's there. It's right next to your username. I'll teach you to do it. I'd rather teach you to do it than just email it to you. All right, so next game, as promised, Ravens and the Eagles. We're going to talk about the 1-3-1 Eagles. We're going to talk about the 1-3-1 Eagles. Thank you, Real Champ, for helping them. Then we're going to talk about the 4-1 Ravens, who are 3-1-1 against the spread, 2-3 to the over. Let's be honest, and I know I'm about to insult a lot of people. It sucks to be a Philly fan right now, knowing that your team is 1-3-1. But that last one may end up being the deciding factor if your team makes the playoffs. And we're going to go over everything. Just kidding. I'm just not an Eagles fan. They burned me a couple times in the Super Bowl. I'm just teasing everybody. You guys know I like whatever team we're betting on. Now, taking a look at the Eagles, but first we're going to take a look at the number. We're going to take a look at where everything's at, where it started, where the money's at. Philly can still win their division crazy. Crazy is an understatement. All right. Daniel says, just a reminder, the Eagles lost to the football team. The bigger question is, who have the Eagles not lost to? Who have the Eagles not lost to? Eagles fans, for the win. Thank you, Brad. I appreciate that. Brad with the perfect example. All right, so taking a look at where this one opened up at. Ravens opened up as a 7.5-point favorite with a total of 47.5. As of right now, the Ravens are laying 10 minus $1.10. Ravens are laying 10. Eagles plus 10, total over and under 46.5 at minus 110. But if you're watching, you can get over 46 minus $1.14, depending on where you're betting. So between 46 and 46.5, depending on where you're betting. Taking a look at the money aspect, on where the money is at. 72% of the public is on the over, 28% on the under, 58% riding and laying the points with the Ravens, 42% backing the Eagles. 89% of all money line bets, parlays, all that good stuff, all have the Ravens on the money line. As far as this one goes, because we're going to speed up this, because I want to do this one and another one, get you guys on a free play, send you guys on your merry way, and have some fun. Because we want to have some fun today. As far as this one goes, first of all, Ravens 10-1-2 against the spread on the road when Lamar Jackson is their starting quarterback. The Eagles are 8-25-1 against the spread at home, coming off a straight-up loss. The Eagles are 22-9 to the under at home when Carson Wentz is their starting quarterback. Now, the Eagles are coming off their loss. I mean, it's not hard to see. They only got one win on the year, losing to the Steelers 38-29. That game did go over the total. Before that, they had their big win, beating Nick Mullins and the 49ers. They beat them 25-20 before that. They tied the Bengals. Come on, guys. They tied the Bengals. Give credit where credit is due. Not. And 2 losses to the football team and the Rams. The Rams who slaughtered them 37-19. Then you got the Ravens whose only loss came against the Chiefs. And by the way, we were real heavy on the Chiefs on that game. Nobody was giving Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs any love or credit in that game. This, Lamar that, Lamar this, Lamar that. If the Ravens are playing from behind, they're probably going to get beat 9 out of 10 times. The Ravens are not built to play from behind. We've seen it time and time again last year and this year. Underdogs in this head-to-head series are 4-1 against the spread. But keep in mind, these two teams have not played in 4 years. So take that information that people are out there trying to tell you about the head-to-head matchup on how this team fares against this team. Take that and throw it right out the windows. All right? Because I'm pretty sure the last time these two teams were playing each other, it wasn't too far along when Andy Reid was in Philadelphia. Or might have been 2 games ago. The Ravens have won 2 straight since their disaster of a loss to the Kansas City Chiefs. They beat the Bengals 27-3. I don't know if I'm supposed to be impressed that they held them to 3 points or unimpressed that they only put up 27. They did beat the football team 31-17. They beat them by 2 touchdowns. I don't know to be impressed that they put up 31 or unimpressed that they allowed the football team to score 17. First of all, is a big number. Take a look at this stats. Ravens averaging 29.8 points per game. Eagles 22.6. The Eagles offense is shaky. It goes up, it goes down, it's all around. One day they'll put up 29. Then the next they'll win with 25. They'll lose with 17. Ravens averaging 161 on the ground and 179 in the air. Whereas the Eagles are averaging 108 on the ground and 214 in the air. The thing that has plagued the Eagles, and I'm going to be just straight up get to the point, is turnovers. The Eagles are -6 on turnovers. Their defense has given up 29 points per game, 3.9 yards per carry at 114 yards a game, and they give up 241 in the air at 6.7 yards per passing attempt. Whereas the Ravens are giving up 15.2 points per game, 92 yards a game on the ground, and 243 in the air. Ravens are +5 on turnovers. When it comes to the Eagles today, I do lean towards the Eagles, and that is the very smallest possible lean, and only because they're getting double digits. That's only because they're getting double digits. Double-digit dogs usually tend to cover in the NFL. I don't know if I could put my money on the Eagles again. I just don't. I don't know if I could put my money on the Eagles. Even at +10. Even if you gave me 7.5 points in a teaser at +17.5. Now, the Eagles got beat by 18 against the Rams. And 9 last week against the Steelers. Dr. Franco, that's on you, not on my side. I'd like to say the Eagles at home. Obviously, the Ravens will probably get the job done. But I do lean towards the +10 points. As far as the total, I'm not sold on the total on this one between both teams. Maybe in a teaser or another little option. But as far as the side of this one, I do lean towards the Eagles plus the 10. I think they're able to keep it within the number. I think they score enough to keep it within the number. I talk to him every once in a while, Jalen. I know Tom does as well. All right, so we're going to get another one in here. Get you guys on a free play. Send you guys on your merry way. Don't forget, guys, the combo package today. It's a week of premium plays, a week of my personal plays. Today's NFL Sunday play, next Saturday's Guaranteed Saturday, and the next UFC Max Fight pick. All for $300. 3 days of premium plays. My personal plays, $99, the works. It's the Madden curse. The Sunday play, because I just got another email about it. If you're watching, my personal plays will be out when we're off the live show. I'll have them go out. I'll start texting them out. The Sunday NFL play, you have to be signed up by 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 Pacific. Ron, thank you for signing up. Marvin, Gio, Sonny, Trevor, Mario, Rusty. You guys all signed up recently for the big Sunday NFL play. Thank you for jumping on board that as well. That will be a nice winner. For everybody that doesn't know our big Sunday NFL play, we're 5-0 on our Sunday NFL guaranteed games. We're 5-0. We'll be 6-0 after today. We'll be 6-0 after today. You can only afford the $15 donation day for now. Well, we don't have donation day. We don't do that. We don't do that all the time. But again, keep betting the free plays that we put out. We'll increase your bankroll, and we'll build you up. But let me ask you a question, Kinong. If you can only afford the $15 donation day for now, and trust me, I'm not picking on you by any means. What do you normally bet a game? What do you, $100 better, $500 better? What do you normally bet in a game? Levi says 6-0 today. Fantastic, Levi. That sounds amazing. We could definitely use that. We can definitely use that. All right, so breaking down another game for everybody. You bet $10 game? Fantastic. Levi, it comes down to what people are betting. You know what I mean? It comes down to what people are betting. And if you're betting $10 a game, fantastic. Keep betting the free plays. Keep doing the days that we have. When you build it up a little bit more, you definitely will be able to. Remember, people that are on board our long-term packages, when you buy, for instance, I'm gonna break this down to you guys. So for instance, right now, premium plays, buy 1 year, get 1 year free. You're getting 2 years of premium plays for the price of one. Do you know what you end up paying for a day when you buy the year package? You pay $2.73 a day. Perfect rotation, am I wrong, or do I not see a point in betting $5 to $10 a game? I see a very valid point in it. Not everybody can bet 50 or 100 or 500 or 10,000 a game. It's actually not pointless. $10 to somebody might be $100 to you, where it might be pointless to you, and it may be $10 in Scott's couch, but $10 to somebody is a lot. And one thing that we will never do here is we don't discriminate if you're betting $1 or if you're betting $100,000. It's one thing we will never make fun of somebody before, for. If you're here betting, or hell, you're just here watching, my hat's off to you. And it doesn't matter what you bet. You are always welcome here. And we will continue to deliver, hopefully, the best content and the most winners for you guys. Absolutely free. Because while some people are out there making 6 figures a year, maybe as a single individual or a dual family income, there's people that don't. Cost of living in different areas are different depending on where you live, how you're brought up in this world, breaks that you have had. So it don't matter to me, guys, if you're not betting, or even if you are betting, from nothing to 100K, my hat's off to you guys for sticking in it. I know perfect rotation. I know you're not making fun of somebody for finances. Some people do this for fun and strictly recreation, while some are out here doing it for a living. Augur Frost says we're all here to learn and have some fun. It's a marathon, not a sprint. Alex, thank you for jumping on board the big Sunday NFL play. Ricky Lee says we're all here because we like to be a winner, not because of money. And we all start somewhere. I'll be honest with you. Mike is correct. Says the door swings both ways. People should be criticized for betting thousands of dollars that are in debt up to their necks. Not, you can't judge anybody on their scenarios. I'll be honest with you guys. Most of the people that buy the bigger packages are smaller bettors. I'm going to be straight up honest with you guys. Most of our bigger clients that buy the big long-term 2-year package are smaller bettors. Imagine that one. You would think it was the guys that were betting $5,000 a game that would buy a $5,000 package and get 2 years, right? No, it's not. It's not. It's the smaller guys. It's the smaller guys like Keong that work their way up. Matt, what's going on? It's the smaller guys that see the value in long term because they didn't just show up and start betting $100 or $500 or $1,000 a game because their job or their lifestyle supports it. They see the value in going from $5 to $10 to $20 a game. And they see that Daniel says I started betting $10 a game, now I'm up to $50 a game. Daniel, keep up the great work. You'll add a zero to that if that's what you want to do in time. And that happens. And I'll be honest with you, I have clients that have been with me for a very long time that literally started out betting $10, $20 a game on free plays. They're betting thousands of dollars a game now. Not everybody inspires to bet thousands of dollars on a game. Some people's heart and stress levels, they can't handle it, so they won't do it. By all means, you got to do what's, the best for your health situation, no doubt about it. Some people are here just to have fun. Some people want to make a second income. Some people want to buy a toy. Real Champ Kyle right now can't get a full year, but any guess when get the double up? Double up for what? Right now the year premium plays are on a double up. Well, Levi, first of all, you said, yeah, but you donate $15 to bet $10 is a $25 bet. One, people like donating to charity because it raises money for a great cause. And two, if he bets $10 a game and he's on our donation day, he's getting 2 to 4 games that day. So he's actually having an opportunity to make more than he donates. And a lot of people appreciate that we're willing to basically throw a day worth of profit for the company away. Probably not Real Champ. They don't do it much during football or college basketball. Occasionally. I was actually surprised they did the double up on the year. So again, as far as what you guys bet, by all means, you will never be hated on or looked down upon if you guys are betting $5 or $50,000, or you're just here to learn, or you're just here to have some fun and participate in the barbershop chat. Shannon Hall says, for the second time since 2015 as a home dog, which rarely happens, the 49er is over 60% under as a home dog. King Jr. says, thanks for the Marshall game over yesterday. You're very welcome. I'm glad we were able to find one winner in the rough day yesterday. David Cowan, good morning. Hope all is well as well. Jalen says, but turning $10 to $25 to $100 to $500 to $1K is very possible working with Kyle. There's people in this chat. I'm not going to name anybody because people's finances or what they bet is all on them. But there are people in this chat that are commenting that I know for a fact because they told me, started out watching the free play videos, betting $5, $10, $20 a game. And here they are betting thousands of dollars now. They're in the live chat. They're commenting. And they're here every day. So stick with the program. Always bet within your means. Always bet responsibly. Bankroll management. Stick to it. And you'll build yours. All right, so next one that we're going to break down. We're going to break down another one for you guys, all right? Texans and the Titans. Coming up. Ray Kimball, do I have any inside information on BetOnline? What would you like to know? What would you like to know? If you ask, I have talked to them. I have received, they sponsor the show. So I have received some correspondence from them. I got the same email as you, probably based on the contests. You know? Probably the same exact email as you. But if you ask, if I know the answer, I'll be more than happy to answer it. All right, so we're going to do the Texans and the Titans. I'm actually looking for that email. And once you ask your questions, Ray, if you have a question about it, I'll be more than happy to answer. Everything that I know is what's on their Twitter. Your account balances are 100% secure and safe. If you had any open bets, they're still active and open. If they win, they'll be graded as a winner. If they lose, they'll be graded as a loser. Nothing on your betting account has changed. Every penny will be there. They were under a DDoS attack, which attacks traffic to their website, which doesn't allow you or doesn't allow anybody to, access the website. It basically shuts the servers down. And it's basically a ransom attack. They basically take control of your website from the outside, not the inside, so your information is not compromised with a DDoS attack. They send hundreds of thousands of traffic through servers to a website, clog it up. It happens to everybody. It happens to every single sports book out there it's happened to. I know they attacked a bookmaker yesterday. I don't think they were successful, but hell, they've attacked DraftKings in New Jersey. They attack our banking system on a daily basis. How many times do you log in and the Wells Fargo mobile app will be down for 2 days or down for a day? You can't do anything. So it happens all the time to every major company. They go under attacks and they get a ransom notice. Hey, if you pay us, we'll stop doing this. So they have two choices: pay or move it over to another server. But when they move it over to another server, they need to take their latest backup, install it on that server, and anything that they missed in between that last backup, which I don't know how often their server backs up, but I would imagine it's every minute or 5 minutes or 10 minutes, probably something pretty quick. But I would imagine, and then they got to go in and they got to enter in every single transaction that transpired in that time frame. Every transaction needs to be accounted for. That takes time. So as far as when will it be back up, your guess is as good as mine. I don't know. I wish I knew, because trust me, I have $29,000 in there, but it was a blessing that I couldn't touch it yesterday, because yesterday was such a bad flipping day, I probably would have lost it all. Probably would have made some dumb, stupid chase bet, knowing that I'm not supposed to do that, and I know not to do that. So it was a blessing in disguise for me. So, nonetheless, let's move forward. Let's get this one done. And again, if I ever hear anything that will help us get a better understanding of when, I will definitely relay that message. If you follow me on Twitter, anytime they post something, I reshare it. Nick Martinez, thank you, sir. I see you jumped on board the combo package again, renewed. My personal plays will be going out as soon as the live show is over here shortly. Lucas, if I have time, we'll talk about that game. I don't know if I will, though. I don't know if I will have time, but I will definitely try. Let's get this next one rolling. Let's get this next one rolling because it's going to be a good day. Texans and the Titans game 257, 258. As always, it is very important to know where the number started, where it's at currently, and where it's headed based on the money. Again, full disclaimer, when we talk about where the money is at, for the 231 people holding strong here, when we talk about where the money is at, either the over, the under, on this team or that team, it does not mean that's where I'm betting. I will never use that information to base my bets. I could care less where the self-imposed title sharps are betting. I could care less where the public is betting. It has no difference to me. I will do my homework. I will do my due diligence based on the numbers that are out, and I will make my plays. I will use that information on where the money is going on when I should be betting, either now or later, earlier or wait, based on where I think the number should be, where I'm going to be betting, or where I want the number to be before I bet. So for this one, guys, Titans opened up as a 3-point favorite with a total of over and under 54. We got a total that's 2 points lower, down to 52 minus $1.10. Hell, you can get 51.5 minus $1.16 at some books, so you can get the total even 2.5 points lower. As far as the side of the game, Titans laying 3.5 minus $1.10. If you want them at 3, you got to lay $1.35. They are juicing the money line at minus 189 on this one, guys. Plus 166 for the Texans on the road, with a team total for the Titans at 27.5 and 24.5 for Deshaun Watson and the Texans. Now, taking a look at where the money is at on this one, let me hit the refresh button. We'll get the most accurate and updated information. Andrew, I hope you win, brother. I hope you win. If you win, tweet me that ticket so I can reshare it and show it on the live show. All right, so as far as this one goes, 68% of all the money, public, sharp money alike, is all coming in on the over. 68% on the over, 32% on the under. 58% on the Titans laying the 3.5, 42% taking the Texans. When it comes to the money line, parlays, all of that, 83% rolling with the Titans on the money line. Now, breaking down this game. You got the Titans, 4-0, the COVID special. These guys didn't practice for how long? All right? I have made so much money betting the Titans this year. Generally on the money line. And the couple times that we have taken them. Or on a teaser. The last game against the Bills, I fell for the trap. I went with the Bills. It was the first time I laid $1 on the Bills. Dollar bill, y'all. They cost me a hell of a lot more than $1 bill, that's for sure. They smashed them 42-16. They came out as a rested team with no practice. Oh, they practiced. They just practiced virtually. And they beat the snot out of them. They beat Denver in week 1, 16-14. They beat Jacksonville 33-30. They beat the Vikings 31-30. Then they beat the Bills 42-16. 3 close games, and then voila, they smashed them. The thing that scare me with the Titans right off the bat, they played a close game in Denver 16-14. They got the job done. They played a close game at home against Jacksonville. They were blowing them out. They let them back in at the end of the game. They ended up winning by 3, 33-30. They played the Vikings. We played them on the money line. This was a Sunday, back on the 27th. I gave each and every one of you guys the Titans on the money line on the 27th. I gave specific instructions. People asked, will you take and lay the 3 points? And I said, absolutely not. It will be a close game. The only play I would play on the Titans that day would be on the money line. They win by 1. They win by 1. And then obviously on the 13th, We all know what they did against the dollar bills. All right? Smashed us. Now let's take a look at the Texans. Hot diggity dog, they got a win last week. They beat Jacksonville 30-14. Deshaun Watson, J.J. Watt, the Texans, they got a win. Before that, they lost to the Vikings, oh my lord, 31-23. They lost to the Steelers, 28-21. They lost to the Ravens, 33-16, and they lost to the Chiefs, 34-20. Let's talk about the Texans and their schedule. When you start your first 4 weeks in the NFL and you play the defending Super Bowl champs, you play the team that was favored last year to win the Super Bowl, and one of them to win this year, the Ravens. Then you play Big Ben and the Steelers, and then you play the Vikings. Those are 4 teams that any team in the country would hate to have in week 1, week 2, week 3, or week 4, let alone in 4 consecutive weeks. My thoughts and prayers are with the Texans because they started out the year 0-4. They finally got a win. Does this transpire into some type of winning streak? Does it get the winning flowing? We're going to find out later today. Because while they've got the 4-0 Titans today, the schedule's not getting easier. Because next week they got Aaron Rodgers and the Packers. Then they'll get a game against Jacksonville, who they just beat by 16. Then they get Baker Mayfield and the Browns, Cam Newton and the Patriots, before they'll get the lowly Lions. And then Pick Six Rivers, and then Big Dick Nick in Chicago, and then Pick Six Rivers again. And then the team where the redhead used to play, the Bengals, and then the Titans again. Their schedule was front-loaded, absolutely flipping tough. The back end of their schedule, their last 5 of 6 games could potentially be a cakewalk for the Texans. Potentially. With the exception of that last game of the season against the Titans. We're going to find out today. You like how I described their opponents based on a player's nickname? We rolled pretty good, huh? Jalen says, I think I'll parlay Miami, Carolina, Tennessee, and Green Bay. Miami. I couldn't back Miami. I just can't. But anyways, back to this one at hand, Houston and Tennessee. Let's take a look at the numbers. Houston averaging 22 points a game on offense. The Titans 30.5 points. The Texans averaging 85 yards on the ground a game, 4.1 yards per carry. 275 in the air at 8.4 yards per passing attempt. The Titans averaging 131 yards on the ground rushing. Oh, just give it to Henry. Let him run the ball, right? Titans have been a running machine. Now they're only averaging 3.8 yards per carry. 7.4 yards per passing attempt, 246 in the air. When you start taking a look at the defensive side of things, first of all, Texans giving up 28 points a game. Titans 22.5. Hold on one second. Have not sent them yet. Shortly. The Titans are giving up 148 rush yards a game, 5.5 yards per carry. Luckily for them, the Texans haven't been able to run the ball, but the Texans have been playing behind. So they've only been averaging 20 rush yards a game. If you're always playing from behind against the likes of Kansas City, Baltimore, Pittsburgh, and Minnesota, you're not running the ball enough. All right? You're not running the ball enough. And that's obvious. If they can get out to a lead, they'll start running the ball a hell of a lot more. So their run numbers at 85 yards a game Keep in mind, that's 20. I mean, they're only averaging 53 offensive plays a game. Other teams are in the 60s, high 60s, low 70s. The Titans on defense give up 148 yards on the ground. If the Texans want to run the ball today, they can. The Titans give up 5.5 yards per carry. They cannot stop the run, and they're not going to. Add in the fact that Deshaun Watson could get his little legs and move down the field. The problem for Deshaun Watson has been his 5 interceptions this year. 9 TDs to 5 interceptions. But then again, look at his level of competition. The Titans also give up 261 in the air at 6.9 yards per passing attempt. The thing that has the Tennessee teams winning in close games, hell, they only beat Denver by 2. They beat Jacksonville by 3. They beat the Bills, they beat the Vikings by 1, and then they lost to the Bills. Yeah, free play was not the Jets' money line. Don't worry, we'll be going to the board in a minute when we put a free play up there. As far as this one goes, take a look at the Texans defense. They can't stop the run either. They're giving up 160 yards a game to teams that want to run the ball. 4.7 yards per carry. So the Titans, we're just going to see a run fest. And what happens when you run the ball successfully? When you run the ball successfully, Sam Bell, what's going on? When you run the ball successfully, you open up the play action pass, correct? Yes, you do. Titans give up 227 in the air. Not a big number. 7 yards per passing attempt. Not a big number. The reason why the Titans find themselves 4-0, they are +8 on turnovers. Ryan Tannehill has thrown 1 interception to 9 touchdown passes. The Texans, Deshaun Watson's got 5 interceptions himself. He is averaging over 1 interception for every touchdown that he throws. But when you're playing from behind, you make stupid mistakes. When you're always playing from behind, you're making stupid mistakes. I don't think they're always going to be playing from behind today. I think this game is going to be a competitive game. I think that's the exact reason why the number is where it's at. I think that's the reason why the Titans are laying 3.5. I think that's why they're keeping the money line juiced at $1.89. Because let's be honest, there's other games where the money line's not as high and the spread's roughly the same. They're begging you to take the Titans and lay that hook. All right, so as far as today goes on this game, free play coming up on this game. As far as what I lean towards, as far as the side goes, I've got mixed feelings. I can plead a case why the Titans will keep running down the field and blow them out the door. But then I can also plead a case why the Texans will be left with the back door open towards the end of the game, and they'll walk right into it. As far as the total goes on this one, I think the defenses give up a lot of points. I think we see a shootout. I don't know if I believe in it enough to want to bet the over just yet. Maybe. But one thing that I am betting in this game, and I will be giving it to my clients, it'll be one of the plays that I give out. I think we see at least 2 touchdowns quick in this game. All right, I think both teams, they're going to run the ball, which takes a little time off the clock, but they should be able to rip off some good yardage, open up a couple play action passes, get a big score. I think not only do the Titans try and make a statement, but the Texans are definitely going to try and make a statement. The Texans have been playing from behind all year long, and they don't want that again. So as far as this one goes, a little free play. We'll get that free play board up because it's been inactive. Texans, as of right now, this is the only thing that I will be playing on this game. That there's a possibility I might have more. for clients, all right? The first quarter. And I'm not always, you might get 10, or you might even get 9.5, because it's plus 120. All right? Over 10.5, and they're adding the hook to it. And they're giving you plus money so they can kiss our ass. It should probably be 10 or even 9.5 minus $1.20, depending on where you get it. Okay, after yesterday's bad day, we're taking it easy today. We're being very strategic about what we do, and we're going to hammer the books. So there is that free play. I'm going to be betting it. It is one of my personal plays. I think we get at least 2 touchdowns in the first quarter. I think both teams jump out to a quick start. I think both teams have to. The Titans naturally will. The Texans need to. It is an absolute must for the Texans. So that is that one. Remember, guys, Monday Night Football tomorrow. Monday Night Football tomorrow. Doubleheader, baby. 2 Monday Night Football games. I did just get a text message. Thank you, Tom. Says that there's a new update from BetOnline. Says that they are anticipating their site being back up at some point today. Matter of fact, here's the tweet. Just came out. We made significant progress overnight and we expect to be live with most services today. Okay? So, hopefully. So if you're on my personal plays, expect to start seeing them in the next 10 to 25 minutes because it takes me a little while to get them out. All right, guys? So I do apologize for a light day today. But again, after yesterday's disaster, we're being very strategic with what we do. Okay? Very strategic with what we do. And remember, the big Sunday play, you have until 1 p.m. Eastern time. It is one of the early games to get up and get on. If you want to hammer your book, guaranteed to win, you get the next one free. We are 5-0 on them on the year. We ain't losing this one. All right, we'll be 6-0 on our big Sunday NFL plays. So don't miss out. This is a sleeping giant. All right, guys, good luck. Always bet within your means. I can't express that enough. And don't do anything stupid. All right? And we will see you guys all live tomorrow. Remember, tomorrow we go live 10 a.m. Eastern time. All right? If you're on my plays, stand by. They'll be coming your way here shortly. All right, guys, good luck, everybody. And who knows? Maybe I'll go live a little bit later. If I do, it's going to be on Twitter. So if you don't follow me, you better follow me on Twitter. Because if I go live later today, it'll be on Twitter. All right? Here's a link to my Twitter. So go follow me on Twitter as well. And give us a thumbs up and subscribe.